Throughout history, many video games have done a really good job of sending different types of messages, whether it's love, empathy, or even questioning the moral of your main character. Video games are one of the most notable and developed storytelling medias there is out there. Now, we can't talk about storytelling in video games without talking about the most outstanding video game stories there is out there, Silent Hill 2. The way they portray certain mental health illnesses and symbolism throughout the game is unmatched with any other horror game out there. However, another game that represents mental illness and struggle in a way that no other game does is, drumroll, Cry of Fear. A game developed in 2008 and went through 4 long years of structuring and finally released in 2012. Cry of Fear is a psychological horror game which takes place in Stockholm, Sweden. Of course, it's Sweden. From the moment you begin, you start to feel a sense of discomfort and awkwardness as you aren't introduced to an opening cutscene, gameplay, or anything at all, really. Our main character, Simon, can be heard narrating his current situation, a situation which represents helplessness and agony.
I don't know if I like it, or if I'm just used to it. But I do know this. Being lonely does things to you.
The soundtrack, which is also composed by the lead designer and programmer, Rumpel, sets us in a lone and somber atmosphere, which works perfectly with the game's setting and gameplay. The game starts off with Simon voicing over the streets of Stockholm, and we see him helping a man in the street, but to no avail, until suddenly a car turns on and runs Simon over, cutting to black. The gameplay introduction section is great because it uses elements not seen in any other horror games. Essentially, we have to make use of the camera's flash in the void in order to progress. Sometimes we can see things on the walls that encourage self-hate, such as "I hate you," which gives us an idea on our character's mental health and the tone the game is gonna take. This entire section culminates in a jump scare and launches us off into the main gameplay. Simon jumps back to reality, where we notice something is off with the city and the surroundings. It's dark, and the atmosphere is creepy yet somber. The game gives us a flashlight, which is essential for survival since the game is really dark. The sound design in this first part is magnificent. It gives us a deep sense of dread and solitude, which foreshadows the main plot of Simon's decreasing mental state. The types of enemies we fight in the apartment section are horrifying. They represent a concerning lack of preservation and composure. They throw themselves at you in a desperate attempt to harm you. Take a moment to listen to these monsters. As we progress through the game, Simon's mental state starts to deteriorate. This being represented with the various enemies we fight. The most notable being a zombie, tied to a floating operator room bed. Many people believe this enemy is a representation of Simon's real-world counterpart, being disabled due to the car accident. Essentially, the game we play is a messed-up view into Simon's mind throughout the grieving process. In conclusion, Cry of Fear is one of those games that puts you on the edge of your seat throughout the entire gameplay. I mean, believe me, that Saw Runner chase really put me on edge. The story and the characters are fleshed out and feels human to us. But most importantly, the game does such a great job representing how a mental state can deteriorate over time, whether it's from a loss, accident, or something else. This highlights the importance of taking care of ourselves and the people around us.